Hi, this is Gigi from California, your health and wellness coach. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy that you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I had such a bad problem with for such a long, long time. And a lot of people have problems with this. I could even go as far to say that I had an addiction to this stuff. I couldn't give it up. And so many people have the same problem, and they're wondering why, they're having so much problems trying to kick the habit of this thing that have them, prisoner, because it's so good. They love it. They can't, get enough of it, and it's doing damage to the body, and they don't know why. Can you guess what it is? It is sugar. It is in all our foods. I'm going to share with you seven things tips that it does to the body that is not healthy. And then I'm going to share with you some things that I found in doing some research that we can do to get over that craving. Now, I'm going to share with you a few months ago, like a couple of months ago, I decided not too long ago, decided to go from fit to fat. And I have to share this with you. I've lost uh, 27 pounds. My highest weight was 187 pounds. And now I am down to 165 pounds. And I am so proud of myself. I did not lose it fast. I did it gradually by changing my diet, getting rid of some foods that was not healthy for my body. And to be honest with you, it was very challenging because your body gets used to eating a certain way and you're conditioned to eat in a certain way. So changing a habit is very, very challenging. And when you're little and your mom eats a certain way and your grandma eats a certain way, and so this is like a paradigm that's like in your subconscious, like you got to have this, and everybody eats this way, and then you start to justify um, why it's okay, and it's not. It is really not okay. And we could live without that sugar in our diet. The scary thing is that it's loaded in a lot of our foods. It's already in a lot of the foods. So now, what I've done is to change this is I really pay attention to the labels of, the foods that I buy, and I try not to buy anything in cans because it's so loaded with ingredients that's not really healthy for the body. So I try to eat foods that are clean, like vegetables, fruits, nuts, things that are all natural. So let's get into. Let's see, get my glasses. I'll find my glasses. Got them over here somewhere. So let me get into the few things that the sugar does to the body. I don't know if you're going to be surprised, but let me tell you this. I used to love my coffee. I even given up coffee. I even given up coffee. And the funny thing is, like on the job, people bring donuts. They bring donuts. And this is me. I'll get up from my desk and I'll walk to where the donuts are sitting. And I look at those donuts and I'm like, oh, I remember when we were in a relationship. I was so in love with you. But now you're out of my life. And I'm going to be strong and I won't eat you. Like in the past, when I tried to give up eating sugar in the past, I would like, and they would bring the donuts. I was like, I'd get up once, twice, three times. And I would say, okay, if I get up the third time and those donuts are still there, that's a sign I am supposed to have one. That's that justification, that thinking. Oh, what a lie. What a lie. Okay, so let's get to it. Let me put on my glasses so that I can read. Um, because I can't read without my glasses. Okay, so the seven I'm going to share with you 7 reasons why you should give up sugar. Okay, um, one, sugar is not a food. There is no nutritional value, to sugar. And so if we're like eating like a Snickers, when you're hungry and I remember this commercial used to come on. If you're hungry and you want a snack, grab a Snickers. I'm like, okay, I need a Snickers, don't have time to fix a meal or don't want to put in the time to fix a meal, a Snickers would do it. What a lie. You know, my body was not getting the right nutrients eating a Snicker nor a donut, right? So, sugar is not a food, people. Okay, number 2, sugar makes you fat. Go figure. Okay? It's filled with calories that are stored in fat, that stores in our fat tissue. So, us women, when we walk around and we have that cellulite, we need to, like, honey, get rid of the sugar, you know. Um, but if you hang around, I'm going to share some things with you that will allow so that you can satisfy that sweet taste, that craving in a healthy way. Okay, so um, sugar, number 3, sugar makes you nervous, and sometimes you hear parents say don't give kids sugar, and sometimes when you give a child sugar, they run around, like they're on crack or something. That's that sugar, you know, um, in the nervous system, right? Let's see. There's a clear link between excess sugar and disorder like anxiety, depression, um, schizophrenia. Oh my goodness. Because of the extreme levels of insulin and the sugar. Oh my God, I didn't know that. So this is some good stuff here, people. Okay, so take heed. Okay, and number 4, sugar causes diabetes, kidney, and heart problems. Excess sugar damages the pancreas' ability to function properly. A, a while back, I want to share this with you. A while back, and I'm going to show you the power that sugar had over me and it has over a lot of people. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I had such a terrible diet. I always craved sugar, and when I would have coffee, I would put heaps of sugar in my coffee and cream in my coffee. So no longer was it coffee, but it was a dessert. And I did that for years. From the time that I would grab a donut. My mom, she when she was alive, bless her heart, um, she would bake, and oh, we love eating her baking, and see how that condition starts when you're young. My grandmother loved to bake, my mom loved to bake, and I'm sure my great grandmother loved to bake too. And so there was always sweets in the house, and you always had dessert after dinner, so it was encouraged, and it wasn't a taboo to eat a certain way, because everybody did it. Okay, so let's go to number 5. I don't want to make this video too long. Sugar kills your teeth. It damages it causes bacteria in your mouth, and it erodes the enamel. Number 6, sugar suppresses the immune system. Sugar interferes with the body by overtaxing its defenses, so it can't, heal itself at the cellular level, because it has the toxins in it in your body from all that sugar that we put in our bodies. And this is the one that really got me, is that sugar causes wrinkles. I'm like, hold the presses. If I knew that, A long time ago, I would have never eaten sugar. I'm like, that's probably why I have those lines right there. Darn sugar. Well, check this out. The average American consumes 20 teaspoons of added sugar each day. That is 2 to 3 pounds of sugar per week. This is added sugar, okay? This is not the sugar that's already in your food, okay? Um, Naturally. So we're putting sugar on top of sugar that's already in our food, which causes us to suffer from chronic diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, heart disease, and just to name a few. And and we need to like really, be aware, be conscious of this, especially our children. Kids nowadays, young children in elementary school, you're seeing them more and more obese. This breaks my heart, just thinking about it. Um, just you know, just really breaks my heart and bring me to tears at times when I hear stories about you know an 8-year old that weighs 100 pounds, or a 12-year old who's almost 200 pounds. In my day, that was unheard of. You didn't hear of children being obese. So the lunches that they feed our kids in the schools, these vending machines that are in the school, the foods lack the right nutritional value. I was watching this video, um, and they have like this documentary about in the poor neighborhoods, and children that are going to school, and they're overweight and they're being teased, and a lot of kids are overweight. And there's this one woman who they followed, and her son um, was, I think he was like either 8 or 10 years, between 8 and 10, right? And he was really big. I think he was like close to 200 pounds. And they asked the mother. They said, "Well, what are you gonna do to stop him from? What happened? How did he get this way? And what are you gonna do to stop your kid from dying and an early at an early age, or living a low quality life, because the way he was going, he was headed toward a heart attack, he was headed toward a stroke, he was headed toward having type 2 diabetes, like a large percent of our children are today." And the sad thing is, like, she goes, "I've been taught to eat this way. I've been taught to cook this way. My grandmother's been taught to cook this way. Her great grandmother has been taught to cook this way." So she didn't know any better. So they followed her, on her shopping, when she would go shopping, and they said, "Well, how do you shop? What do you shop?" And she would get, things that are processed food. She would pass the area where the produce was, where the fruits and the vegetables. She was like getting like vegetables in a can, and that is loaded with sodium. There is nothing healthy about vegetables in a can. So she was getting, this video is getting too long, but I'm going to make it a little shorter. I'm going to end it soon, but tomorrow come back and I want to share with you ways that you can satisfy that sweet taste in in a healthy way, you know, and even get rid of and eliminate the cravings for sugar. But to end the story is, the bottom line, she didn't know. She really didn't know how to cook, and she was blinded by the healthy produce that was there because she was so used to getting things that were unhealthy. And she would cook, and a lot of minority women, especially in the African American community, cook in fat. everything's like fried and cooked and fat, which is unhealthy. And so she didn't know, and she cried out for help. So I need somebody to show me how to do it. Tell me how to do it. What do I do? How do I cook? Because you'd be surprised, a lot of people just don't know. And if they know that they're killing their children, I'm sure when they know better, they will do better. And so that's why I'm sharing this video with you, and it's so long. But I hope you found some value and some interest in this video. And please come back with part two on how to overcome the cravings, okay? And I will be sharing that with you. But before you go, I want you to, if you're watching this video on YouTube, I want you, please like my channel, subscribe to me, like me, and leave a comment, please. And if you're watching this video on my Facebook, please like my Facebook. This is my Facebook fan page. Like it, please. And then leave a comment. And I want to hear your thoughts. And what did you get out of this? Did you get any value out of it? And I love to hear that. On that note, I love you for coming. Thank you. And please come back for part two and just keep coming back. Okay? You have a great day, and I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.